tell you what my own personal family does. First of all, Exodus chapter 20, verse 10 says this, "But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it you shall not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor your daughter, your maidservant, your manservant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger that is within your gates." So the very first thing that we learn from the Scriptures on what we to not do on the Sabbath is we're not supposed to work. Now, amazingly, that somehow offends people. To me, it's encouraging. I don't have to work. There's one day a week that I absolutely do not have to work, and that is on Shabbat, and it's the most looked forward to day of my week. Let's keep moving. Yahweh is our provision. You know what? Some people say I shouldn't put this slide in there because it's a little bit too strict, but watch this. It says, 6 days you shall labor, but on the seventh day you shall rest. Even during the plowing season and harvest you'll rest. What is this saying? This is saying that even if you're in the middle of the greatest harvest, or it's going to rain the next day, he says, obey my commandment. Remember when Yeshua was in the boat and the storm comes up? What do? They wake him up and they say, Yeshua, we're going to die. They're with the Son of the living God, and they think they're going to die because of a storm. And he stands up and he tells the storm to be quiet. Let me ask you something. I don't know where you are in your journey or what your fears or anxiety is, but how much do you really believe in this God that you say that you serve? Are you worried about finances? Are you worried about money? Are you worried about what you're going to eat the next day? Then you're not serving the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because my God, my Elohim, my Yahweh provides everything for those who love him. He provides for the birds. How much more he will provide for you? And that's why he says here in Exodus that, listen, if you just honor me and do what I say, do you not think that I am who do you think causes the crops to grow? He says, I will take care of it. Make no excuse. You just do your part, and I'll do mine. Leviticus 23:8 says this, "But you shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh 7 days, and the seventh day is a holy convocation. You shall do no servant work therein." Basically, in a nutshell, he's saying that this is a great time to gather. This is a holy convocation. This is a gathering of the saints together. Now, you may be in a place where you can't gather with any saints. Maybe you live in a part where nobody believes in keeping the Sabbath. Well, you know what? Then your family is a holy convocation. Maybe you're in a situation where you can't meet on Sunday, that your congregation has to meet, or excuse me, Saturday, that it has to meet on a different day of the week because for some physical limitation you can't. Well, you do your best to meet as a holy convocation on Shabbat. That's what it's all about. It is doing your best. He asks us to be holy. Holy is doing your best to do what he tells you to do through faith. That's what cleanses us and makes us holy. He expects us to fall. That's why he says in Romans 8:1, there's no condemnation anymore for those who are in Yeshua. Now you can go through, do the best that you can, but when you do fall, you will not be condemned. But before Yeshua died, didn't matter if you did your best at all. When you broke the law, you were condemned. Isaiah 58:13 says this, and I highlighted and underlined it because it's important. If you keep your feet from breaking the Sabbath and from doing as you please on my holy day, if you call the Sabbath a delight and Yahweh's holy day honorable, if you honor it by not going your own way and doing as you please or speaking idle words, then you will find your joy in the Lord. Then you will find your joy in the Lord. You hear what I'm saying? Then, or hear what he's saying? You will find the joy in the Lord. So if you don't wake up every morning and you don't have joy from Yahweh filling your heart, then I'm going to suggest to you that your pipe is clogged. Because the truth can only do one thing, and that sets you free. The power of God only works through two things. It works through truth and humility. So if your pipes are clogged with traditions and doctrines of men or anything else, then the joy of the Lord cannot come through. Blessings do not flow when we are in disobedience. So what is that scripture telling us? That scripture is telling us that if we take his Sabbath and we call it a delight, that we are not supposed to do whatever we want to do. This is not a day for us to be selfish, to go do what we want to do. This is a day to set apart, to spend time with him and to love your family, because there is no greater law than to love your neighbor as yourself. And your neighbor starts at home. You can't even prepare work, because he knows our hearts. Back in Numbers 15:32, it says, while the Israelites were in the desert, a man was found gathering wood on the Sabbath day. So the reason why I bring this scripture up is because we are so good as American Israelites, what I call American Israelites, that we'll do exactly what they do. Is on Shabbat, we'll start to get bored because, we've read the Bible for only so many hours, and we start to prepare to work. Yahweh says, no, this is my day. You guys work all the time. You're addicted to work. You can't sit in my presence and just be still. He wants to train us to be still before the Lord. Is there anything so wrong with this? I would suggest to you that daddies need more time with their children. Husbands need more time with their wives. Let me say it in reverse. Wives need more time with you husbands. If you'll do what the Bible tells you to do, it will bless you from the top down. Next slide, no buying on the Sabbath. The people, in making an oath before Yahweh, said this in Nehemiah 10:31, when the neighboring peoples bring merchandise or grain to sell on the Sabbath, we will not buy from them on the Sabbath or any holy day. I have a lot of questions on this. Jim, on Shabbat, can we go out to eat? Can we buy things? Well, it is very clear in Scripture, to me anyway, that we have his people making an oath before him saying we will not buy things from those that do not celebrate the Sabbath. Well, Jim, they're going to be working anyway. I mean, they're working at Burger King. I mean, whether I go through the drive-thru or not, isn't that a moot point? I mean, they're going to be working anyway. Well, here's the question. Are you being part of the solution, or are you being part of the problem? If everyone did what you did, which is buy things on Shabbat and break the Sabbath according to the commandment, then it always continually is profaned. But if everyone stopped buying, guess what? They would shut everything down. And I suggest that we each be part of the problem, part of the solution, and not part of the problem. Every one of us will stand before him on one day, and we'll give an account for what we did. And we can't say, well, everybody else was doing it this way, and I didn't really see any harm in it. He knows what you do in public, and he knows what we do in secret. Bottom line is this. We're not supposed to do whatever we do the other 6 days of the week. We're not supposed to work. No making other people work by buying from them and making them wait on us. This is not a day to do what we want to do, but a day to delight in the Lord and our family, which are the two top things on his list. It is a day to rest from life and to get our batteries recharged by plugging into his word. You know, every single time that you spend time with the Father, do you know this? It's an amazing concept. He spends time with you. Every single time that you choose to sit on his lap, he will hold you. Every single time that you dig into his word, he will reveal himself to you. How do you think he feels when you go 6 days a week and you decide to stop everything and honor your wife, to honor your children, to honor him, to spend time with him, and you choose to do what's difficult in American society, which is not go out to eat, which is not buy things, which is not cause other people to work, and you do your part to turn this creation around? How do you think he feels when you go to that extent, all for in the name of honoring him? You see, it never says that the road is wide and easy. It says that it's narrow and it's hard. And right now I see nothing but people in Christian religious circles taking the easy way out. And I'm suggesting that it's time to do the hard thing, because hard things are coming. And until we prepare, we will not be ready for the things that are ahead.